But
can I just say, there's never a bad time to be a fan of Australian rugby.
Yeah, but the point is there's a huge bubble of
I know the point. I
positivity.
can read Atco.
But
I
why are you
also
shooting
just
it
want to
down?
say, no, I'm not shooting it down. I'm just saying I don't think there's a bad time to be a fan. There's certainly some peaks, but
Has there ever been a better time?
There's been a few.
yeah, there's been worse times and better times.
We probably could list a fair few that would be have a fair argument. But Pato, when we were talking about it, you raised
19
an interesting story that came to you from press in the
15
UK.
World Cup.
Yeah. Yes. So it's interesting that just
You weren't prepared for this.
No, well, you've kind of thrown.
Do you want to think about it a bit? Because I've got an answer.
Go. All right, you go.
I think because 23 was really tough on us all. So, you know, in terms of a bottom, you know, we're down there. So when we start winning for the first time in 60-odd years in Ellis Park, it's like from there to there, like it is huge, you know, heights that this team's starting to take us on. And, you know, so that's why I think the jump feels so drastic. And there's been great times over the last, you know, 20 years and, you know, certainly felt that being a part of it and felt the other side as well. But I think that's the thing, is the sentiment from, you know, 2 years ago is wildly different. And that's why everyone's, you know, it's such a great ride to be on.
Yeah, well done putting a bit of stability back in this show with that extra hit to their hoops. Pato, have you thought about it?
Yes, well, to answer a question you didn't ask, the interest in the Wallabies win has been, you know, massive here, obviously, but globally as well. Particularly, they were pretty keen to see in the UK, and, you know, British and Irish Lions nations were pretty keen to see how Australia did against the Springboks because it gauges their win in the Lions series, right? So there was a huge audience up there for it, and some colleagues up there, the UK Telegraph, were saying that the story about the Wallabies beating the Springboks was the #1 story on the Telegraph website, Telegraph UK website, and it was the opening weekend of the Premier League.
So it trumped Premier League.
Trumped Premier League and, you know, Australia, South Africa game that they weren't even involved in. So, you know, that just gives you a kind of a sign of, you know, what scale that win had.
Yeah, and it was the most watched mini. You know, you can choose abbreviated versions of the games on Stan Sport. Most watched mini on Stan Sport ever.